After going on a massive 400% rally from early August to mid-October, SUI has now pulled back 25% from its all-time highs and is down about 14% over the past week. Now, in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, I want to break down why I believe buying SUI could be like buying Solana in the previous bull cycle, as well as compare these two altcoins to find some potential price targets for SUI going into 2025. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any sort of financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find the videos informative and entertaining, please consider hitting that sub and like button. I appreciate all of the support on the channel. You guys are amazing. So without further ado, we are going to get right into today's altcoin discussion, and that is going to be SUI here, which is down just under 14% on the week, down about 25% from the highs it made in mid-October. And I want to break this down and give my price predictions going into 2025, as I do believe if there was one layer one that has the potential to go on a Solana-like run that we saw last cycle, I do think that SUI does in fact have that potential. But first, as we always do, I want to break down Bitcoin and the altcoin market here, as we actually have Bitcoin attempting to break above $70,000 at the moment. So if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know we have been waiting for Bitcoin to break above this downtrending channel that began with the fresh all-time highs made in March. And we can see here on this weekly candle that started on the week of October 14th, Bitcoin broke above it, but actually got rejected at the 2021 high, coming in at about 69K. On a second weekly candle here, it actually came back to backtest and really validate this downtrend as an area of support. And now Bitcoin is above the 69,000 prior cycle all-time high, looking to get above 70K. And if it is able to do so, the next level I would be looking for is a run up here to the all-time high made back in March at about 73,500, give or take. If Bitcoin is able to run up and break above that level, I think that the altcoin market will follow suit with some nice moves to the upside. And speaking of the altcoin market here, definitely not faring as well as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, within 5 to 6% of all-time highs. The altcoin market is still down 44% from all-time highs. We can see here that it has broken the downtrend. It's validating this bull market support band as a level of support. And if it is able to get above the 630 billion area of resistance at the same time that Bitcoin breaks out, I think we'll see some nice moves here across the crypto market. And I do think, as we enter 2025, I do believe that Bitcoin dominance has topped. I've been saying for quite a while on the channel, I think that it tops out at 60%. This is a view that, I did originally hear from Benjamin Cowan on YouTube, and I do agree with this stance. I have agreed with this, and we are now sitting at about 59.63%. I think that the Bitcoin dominance rally has most likely come to an end or is very close to the end, and as Bitcoin dominance comes down, or if it does come down, that means that altcoins would in this case be outperforming BTC. So I do think it's important, as a crypto investor, to really take a look at the altcoins that you believe will show the most strength for this bull cycle. And that's why we have been covering SUI on the channel, as I really do think if there is one layer one token, or just one layer one that has the potential to go on a Solana-like run, that it is SUI. And I think there are a lot of comparisons to be made between SUI and Solana, and we're going to kind of compare the 2021 chart for Solana to what SUI is currently doing at the moment and break all that down. But first of all, what is SUI? What is the value proposition of this layer one over something like Solana? We know that last bull run, and if you weren't around for the last bull run, Solana really just benefited from the narrative of being the fastest horse on the blockchain, okay? The fastest transactions per second, the fastest time to finality, easy access for new users and onboarding through things like the Phantom wallet. Now, in terms of the stats of this blockchain, SUI does actually beat Solana on these metrics. So Solana actually has a max theoretical transaction per second of 65,000. 65,000, that means that the Solana chain can handle 65,000 transactions per second if there were this many transactions going through at once. SUI has a max TPS of 297,000. Okay, now time to finality is the time it actually takes for this transaction to settle, and Solana's time to finality comes in at 12.8 seconds compared to SUI at 400 milliseconds. So while Solana benefited a lot from being the fastest blockchain in the prior bull run, it is no longer the fastest blockchain. SUI is, and I do think that this could be a narrative that does help the token go on a very similar run in terms of that market cap. Now, if we actually take a look at Solana here, we're going to save the chart comparison for the end. There's a couple of more things I do want to show you. And this is where the transactions per second actually comes in handy. Okay, so we're taking a look at Artemis Terminal here and at the chain compare. And you're going to notice that if we take a look here at October 5th, okay, so on October 5th, SUI actually surpassed Solana in transactions at 58.4 million transactions to Solana's 35.4 million. Now, if we take a look here at October 5th on the terms of the transaction fees, Solana's transaction fees came in at about 3.5 cents, while SUI's came in at a fraction of a penny, okay? So even while surpassing Solana in transactions, the SUI blockchain was still significantly cheaper, and that is the value proposition of SUI. That is where the TPS comes into play, not necessarily because it's ever going to have to handle 297,000 transactions per second, or Solana will have to do 65,000 transactions per second. But it does go to show you that even as the transactions ramp up here on the SUI chain, that it is still significantly cheaper than Solana, even when handling more transactions in a day. Now, additionally, if we take a look at the top 15 net flows over the past 3-month period, Solana is in first place with 1.1 billion in net flows. Base in second with 469 mil, SUI in third with 349 million. So yes, Solana is beating SUI out in terms of the net flows by about 3x, okay, and Base here by about 2.5x, a little bit less than that. But we can also see that, Solana also does have a much bigger market cap than SUI. So I'm not saying that SUI is bigger than Solana, because Solana definitely is still bigger in terms of the total value locked, the transactions that are happening on the chain daily, but it is also valued at a market cap of 84 billion compared to SUI's 4.8 billion. So I believe that's like 15x-ish, maybe even more, the market cap that SUI currently has. Yeah, it's about 17.5 times more market cap than SUI has. Now, interestingly enough, okay, if we take a look at Solana in the prior bull market, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at market cap. We're going to go ahead and go to the last bull market, and you're going to see here that we actually saw Solana in 2021 run up to about a $12.83 billion market cap. And then you can see here that, from April all the way here to about June, Solana did consolidate and actually pull back from that 12.83 billion down to about 6.39 bill. So effectively, we saw Solana's market cap cut in half over this time period. And if we take a look at SUI and what is happening right now at the moment here with this chain, let's go to all. So we can see here that SUI has gone from about a 6.22 billion market cap, or a 6.5 bill market cap, down to a $4.9 billion valuation. So that is not even a 50% decline like Solana saw here in the prior cycle. And this decline in market cap, came before Solana went on that monster run to be valued at about 78 billion at its peak. Okay, so for some context in terms of the price, Solana went from $43 give or take down to about 25, and then from there proceeded to run all the way up to $260-ish, and that was the prior cycle all-time high, and actually still the all-time high in terms of the price, not the market cap, as more Solana tokens have come into circulation. So the point being made here, and the point that I'm really trying to make, is that these pullbacks for altcoins are very normal in a bull cycle. The fact that SUI is down 25% from its all-time high after pumping 400% from the beginning of August, I do think it is, healthy for altcoins and just for these altcoins to see these kinds of corrections, okay? And when it comes to the altcoin market, If Bitcoin is up 10% or down 10%, usually I expect the altcoin market to move at a more rapid pace than Bitcoin. They're just more volatile by nature. There's more money behind Bitcoin. The altcoin market is more speculative, more risky. So yeah, the fact that we did see kind of like a 25% correction here for SUI, I actually do see as bullish for this altcoin. And I do want to show you some quick like price analysis things for 2025 before we actually hop into the chart. So the thing is here is if we actually take a look at the SUI token, if it was to reach the market cap of Solana at the moment, that would imply a price of $30.36. And if it was to hit Solana's all-time high price, that would imply a SUI token, each SUI token being valued at $32.79. Now, I'm not saying that will happen, okay? I'm saying that if it did happen, this is what it would look like. And even if you don't think that SUI can reach Solana's market cap, let's say you believe SUI can hit 50% of Solana's all-time high market cap, that would imply a price of $16.50, give or take, per SUI token. Okay, so just some things to keep in mind. Do you think SUI can hit the market cap of Solana? That would be the price. Do you think it can hit half the market cap of Solana, divide this price right here by 2? And that's how you can kind of predict and make some price predictions for the SUI token going into the end of the bull cycle. So to wrap things up, I do want to take a look at the chart and show you guys what I'm looking at. Now, when it comes to SUI, I'm really watching this area of support at the $1.50 zone. Okay, we can see here if we take a look back in February that there was a lot of support at this level right here. And then even here, if we actually go to let's take a look over here. Yeah, if I actually take a look, and this would have been in early October, I believe. In late September, we did see it bounce off this level as support before continuing on its run up to $2.30. So I am looking to the downside for $1.50. If SUI does want to run up here, I'm looking for the next level of resistance at the $2 zone, which was resistance here in mid-February before SUI pulled back and then ran up to make its highs at $2.18. So downside target on a SUI $1.50, upside target $2. That is what I'm looking for on the near term when it comes to SUI. However, I am bullish on this altcoin, and I do expect it to continue outperforming for this bull market. So on that note, I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.